Hello and welcome everyone into another Amplitude Studios stream. I'd like to welcome in Bo.
Hi everybody. I'm
Hey. Let us know if you can't hear us perfectly. I think we might need to turn up the audio just a little bit because you're a little further from the microphone.
That is true.
I was like, I talk very loudly,
Yeah,
so
I talk less loud.
I'll move it a little closer to you. I feel bad for cutting off the song for everybody that was enjoying it. But
You can find it on YouTube also, though.
It is on YouTube. That's true. So, the Garden, Lara Lynn, just go on Endless Universe's YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, welcome in. I know I told you all that I would have a special guest today, and I do. Bo, tell us a little bit about what you do. You work at Amplitude Studios.
I do.
And some of you may remember Bo from Amplified 2022.
I have made an appearance before on this stream.
You have, yeah. It's been a hot second, but
it's been a while since last time. There's no rhyme or reason to when I'm here or not. But
I mean, it's good having you back regardless.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Axel. Evan, hello. Thank you for being here. Dusty Monk, I hope you're having a good day. And to everyone else that's hanging out, thank you all for being here. We're going to have a fun little chat here today. Something that maybe we haven't actually ever done before on stream, which I feel like I keep on saying that, but I guess we're just doing a lot of firsts.
I mean, goofing around and experimenting.
Yeah,
sometimes you stumble across good things that you can, work on, develop.
Streaming is all about finding things, new things, that you can keep the show interesting. So
you have your evergreens, but now and then you need something different.
Yeah, something a little different. So greeting and salutations, Archmage. Hey, welcome. So today we're going to be talking with Bo. And Bo, you are one of our influencer managers here at Amplitude Studios.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the correct title.
No, I have a long and convoluted title, but let's just say my primary task here at Amplitude is, relationships with content creators of various types.
I like it.
Operate behind the scenes mostly, so that's which is why I'm maybe not appearing on the stream as often. I mean, see if that can change in the future. But in general, if you see somebody do something with, Endless Dungeon, an Amplitude title, Humankind, especially for somebody who streams it regularly or create videos regularly, chances are that it's a person that I know, a person that I help out with things, a person that
you have
give
talked
stuff to, that we talk to, we take feedback from. It's very much about networking and relationship building, but also obviously helping out where we can. If people who are, creating content attend events like TwitchCon or Gamescom or places like that, events like that, chances are that you will find me at places like that. I mean, I do a lot of, talking to people nonstop at events like that, just so people can learn who we are, what kind of games we create, and vice versa. I get to know new people and find out, the kind of games people like to play and whether or not the stuff we have to offer will fit into something they like to do. So there's a lot of people work in what I do.
Yeah.
I wear many hats. It's hard to define my work in a single sentence. And I guess other people who, work in this kind of field, this kind of business, they will feel the same way.
Yeah, obviously. I think with what you do, you have to do a lot of different tasks.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not necessarily like, hey, go post memes or go, tweet about this. It's an adaptable situation where your goal is to help content creators to make the best content they can, preferably about our games.
Yeah, sure. But also, I mean, obviously,
we like it when they make it about our games.
Sure. I mean, it would also be unfair to ask somebody just to play our games, right?
Of course, yeah.
But one of the evergreen tasks that I have is obviously also to just look at what's being made. Oh, here's a new video. Here's a new stream. Uh, like, how did it go? Was it fun to play? Were there any problems? Did people have a good time? Uh, and if it's somebody I just stumble across, I just look at things and uh, like who are they? How are they connecting with the game? How are the audience connecting with the game? Is it something they're actually seemingly having a good time with? And if I see something like that, a new person, then I reach out typically. And it's not always I get a response, but I mean I do reach out to a lot of people, and sometimes I get ghosted, and other times, it's
Somebody
the start
ghost
of
you?
a
How
budding
dare
friendship.
they?
Yeah, good. It happens. It happens.
I have to
Uh,
imagine that, once you're a, you know, really large content creator, that you get so many DMs and
Very true. Yeah,
emails and whatever from a bunch of different people that sometimes it can just get lost in the noise. Because,
yeah.
I mean,
The moment you hit some level of fame, all of a sudden you get very interesting.
goes from 0 to a
For yeah,
100.
yeah, there's a lot of people who want to work with you in different ways, be it with sponsored streams or
Product
product
reviews.
stuff, or just, hey, you have so and so many people following, play our games, clicks. I mean, every they there are people, they reach a certain size and they get like tons of requests, and
It feels like
uh,
it's a little bit on and off, a little bit 0 to 100,
yeah,
like
it seems like there's
at
some
my
sort of
at my level of content creator, I get like one email, every month from like a Chinese like microphone company who's like, "Would you like to try out the X7 300 XBR
yeah.
microphone that we happen to make?"
I'm sure there's some smarter people than me out there who have made graphs and curves of this amount of size
Mhm.
channel with this many concurrent viewers or whatever uh, requires or warrants you to be receiving this amount of inquiries.
X
I don't know,
value of.
but I'm sure there are people who are really really good at measuring these things, if it's even
Mhm.
something you can measure. But for sure, the bigger you get, the more attention you grab, and the more people want to work with you. And that is, I mean, I've known content creators since they had tiny channels, and then they have blown up to be absolutely huge, and they actually spend a lot of time of their time off camera just managing their channel. And many of them have people employed that also help them out with socials and assets, and thumbnail creation, answering emails. Some of them also get signed up with agencies. Simply have an agent, a manager that represents them. And sometimes when you go to a YouTube channel or somebody's Twitter, they typically have like a business email there, and in many cases, especially if it's a large creator, then it will typically be an agency email of
Hmm.
sorts.
So, I mean, we hadn't really talking about this, but I am curious. So, the goal of bringing Bo on stream here today, for me at least, was to one talk about Endless Dungeon. So if you're here expecting Endless Dungeon, we will get to some Endless Dungeon playing soon. But I do want to have a really good conversation with Bo and talk about our plans for Endless Dungeon, and if you are a creator or if you have friends that are creators or if you watch creators that might like this game, etc. Kind of where we can help, where we might have opportunities and things like that. And then also maybe just kind of a little bit of theory crafting about, if people are interested in getting into content creation. Because I assume that there's a lot of people out there that are passionate about playing video games that, may decide at some point to try and make a YouTube video or try and stream
Yeah.
themselves playing it. And there's a lot of information and kind of pitfalls, I guess, that are out there that might not help people. So maybe we could, clear up some of the misconceptions, ideas, maybe help out some people here today. Who knows? I don't know. Raise your hand if you want to be a content creator or if you are a content creator. But yeah,
Well,
so specifically for us, I think we should start off with a little bit of, you know, in the past, Amplitude Studios, we've worked with creators, and like you were saying, you make regular contact with creators.
That's true.
Um, our most recent game that was released was Humankind.
Also true.
So maybe we could start off talking a little bit about what we've done with Humankind in the past and kind of how we see that moving forward into the future with Endless
Yeah,
Dungeon.
that's a good way, a good start. Yeah, good place to start.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Humankind. When it's about 2 years old.
Not 2 years yet.
Yeah,
No,
soonish. Yeah, now this summer it will be.
August
Yeah, yeah,
30th or something.
something like that. But when we launched Humankind, we didn't really have much in terms of uh, relationships outside of games together, which is now amplifiers, right?
Which, by the way, if you haven't signed up for amplifiers, definitely go. We
Yeah.
have the command which still says G to G. Don't look at that. That's old news. But it'll
Yeah.
direct you to amplifiers, which has
Yeah.
a different URL now.
So historically, Amplitude has had its own collaborative platform where we have been connecting with players of all sorts, including people who also on YouTube and Twitch and such, and other platforms. There some arrive and some die, and some are small, some are big. But that was basically where the relationship with the community was at that point. For Humankind, we wanted to do something a little bit more, and also sort of start a partner program um, that was a little bit more open to people who weren't necessarily aware of or really that interested in having to go in and become a big part of that really tight knit community that you can find on amplifiers. Because the truth is there are so many content creators out there, and some really like being close with people and talk a lot, and others they just want
Make the videos and go home.
yeah, basically. Some are
I
very
get that
social and
actually.
some are not, right?
Yeah.
So we wanted there to be sort of a place that was closed, sort of invite only, if you will, where creators they could come and connect with us and the game. And, it was done in a sort of multi-tier way. I mean, uh, it we do have a place out on. There's a platform. Many of you might know it. It's called Exola. It's a huge platform that offers you know partner program services to a bunch of game developers and studios out there. And it's when you see a YouTuber create a video that, for example, has a revenue share link, many of those are on Exola. And we use Exola for that as well. So we had an incentive, so you could come and check out Humankind. You could apply to get a game key and a rev share link. So meaning you're a content creator, you have a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel, or a large Twitter, TikTok, or whatever.
Content comes in many
Yeah,
forms
it comes
these
in many
days.
forms, right?
We got
So,
people on TikTok with
yeah.
getting more views than
So
XQC
you
or
would
whatever.
you would go there and you would basically sign up and say, hey, I have this channel, I produce this and this type of content. I would like to check out Humankind. And then we would go in and look. Yeah, looks like a really nice channel. There are no naughtiness on it.
Can't be naughty if you want to be a
Yeah,
content
that's
creator.
Like I mean, the game is rated PEGI 12, I think. So so we
It's
got
for
a sort
kids.
of, but
Peggy is just like the age of the person,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
12-year-old kids and
yeah,
up.
something like. I mean, that's the Europe. It's ESRB in North America. They have USK in Germany.
Well,
And
ESRB is like the E for everyone
yeah,
or whatever,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, there are
Yeah.
different territories that have different age ratings.
So so run me through this. So you're talking about Exola.
Yes.
I don't know if a lot of people know this, but as a content creator, a lot of them can kind of go and just ask for keys
That's
from companies, and if they have an audience, and if they're a nice person, that they might get one.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for me personally, that seems maybe like a foreign concept. And I guess for us, this whole process of finding creators and whatnot, that it takes hours and
It
hours to
does.
sift through people's Twitch channels, people's YouTube videos, and all this stuff. And so it's kind of nice to have a
Yeah.
way for people to find you.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. And we spend a lot of time searching the wide webs for all sorts of content, right? We go out and we do searches. We check on all sorts of
It's
aggregate
called
platforms.
Xola,
Yeah,
X Sola,
X
like the letter
X, yeah,
X and then Sola.
SOLLA.
Wish I had more subs. Internal error? Me too. Me too. I think, like I was saying, it really does feel like you kind of
Yeah,
hit this breaking point. At a certain point, when your content is getting enough traction, that you can start being like, "Hey, I'll play your video game if you give me a key or whatever."
yeah,
I think
and
there's two L's, Archmage,
yeah. There should be two L's. Yeah,
but
XSOLLA.
yeah,
You can also on the humankind.game page, I believe
humankind.game
if
has a link to our
yeah,
partner
you
program.
can click in there too. There's a sort of a sign up, and basically that is just a place we offer for people to sort of, okay, we might not know about them, they want to check out our game, they can go in there, they can apply for a key. We basically accept their invitation, and with that also they get a revenue share link. So if they play Humankind, they have a good time, they use the revenue share, somebody buys the game using their personal
It's like a
link,
creator
you know.
code link
Yeah,
where if somebody uses your link when they're buying the game, then there's like a
yeah,
percentage kickback for the creator,
exactly.
which honestly I think is pretty incredible. Obviously, the creators have a very good and personal connection with their audience, and if they
Yeah,
really like a game and they play it on stream and have a good time, people in their community might see that. And I, you, we were talking about this earlier, and you were like 5% isn't that much, and I'm like 5% of like a total sale. Like if we're talking about royalties that somebody makes on like
yeah.
a brand or something like that, how much? I don't know.
I don't know. It's
I feel like
also,
that's already
yeah. I
quite
mean,
a large
it
percentage.
should be said that this is also just, this is the base percentage. When it comes to superstar content creators out there,
Sure.
they don't really care that much about these things. They typically get negotiated personalized deals. Yeah,
Contracts.
contracts. Like that's why you see somebody, they are an ambassador for Corsair and they get all the newest gaming gear, and they have,
Right.
codes where you get 20% off if you buy the latest keyboard from Corsair or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But for smaller creators, it's mostly the rev share. It's a nice to have. What matters is that it's a way for them to get access to the game and try it out, just free of charge, right? No strings attached. And
So
then
can smaller creators potentially be somebody that we would work with as a studio if somebody is, let's say they don't have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, maybe they have
yeah, I mean,
under 1,000. Is that something that's
yeah,
attainable, you think?
there is a cap in there for how low it can be, but
Mm-hmm.
in generally it's uh, the size of channel is not the most important. I mean, ideally, somebody who gets into this and who is really passionate about it and keeps putting in the effort, they will not stay small, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there are also many who start, they have all this ambition, and then they lose interest after 2 months, and then you never see another stream or video from them again. I mean, there are plenty of those, but in general, the people who are really into it, who's willing to put in the effort and the work, they will keep growing and they won't stay small, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what we do on Exola is just, it's a sort of, I wouldn't say catch all, but it's a place where people can, one place where people can come find us, or find the game, if they don't necessarily know Amplitude Studios or amplifiers. Because we also ourselves, at the same time, spend a lot of time looking at, oh, do we have new people? Do we have somebody who haven't played in a while? And do a lot of reach out. Hey, how are you doing? Right, just checking up with people. Your Monday good mornings, virtual coffee breaks, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
Um, and eventually, we with many. with many of creators out there, we build a connection,
I
a
mean, I think a
relationship.
great
So
example is Jumbo Pixel.
that's one.
Before we get onto that, don't worry about it, Archmage. If this was like if we were creators and this was like our personal stream, I would probably have more issue with somebody self-promoting in here. But like if you're making content about, humankind or one of our games and you come in and say, "Hey, like I just made a video about humankind and I just used this strategy or whatever." I don't care, feel free to
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
free to tell us that because like we're talking about here, our job isn't your job, technically my not my
yeah.
job.
We
I feel
we all help each other out,
as
right?
somebody who's doing streaming myself, I feel a great connection to content creators because I am one. And so, our job here isn't to like sift through a bunch of creators and find all the good ones and then, get them to play our game or whatever. It's to help build content creators. It's to help people, make good content.
Sure.
And
I
if
mean,
they,
it goes both ways. Like you brought up the
of
example
course.
of Jumbo Pixel, right? He'd been around for a while. He was an early fan of humankind. And because we built up this great relationship with him, we also, well, we could tell everyone who's interested in humankind streams or gameplay, well, this is a great place to go to check that stuff out, to check out
Mm-hmm.
the game. So we were also, sending people his way.
I referred people to Jumbo's tutorial videos constantly
Yeah,
because
they're good.
he was making really good strategy videos, explanation videos. He was making videos about the most recent updates and patches and what those had in it.
Yeah,
And so I think when we were talking earlier, we mentioned, you know, I think there were three things that we look for in creators to work with, and one of them was consistency.
sure. Yeah,
So, if you make one video about a game, uh, maybe it's cool, maybe it's not, or whatever, but it doesn't give people much to work with. But if you make consistent content, it's something that we can see as a pattern of
sure.
behavior.
You can see, hey, there must be something with our game that you're connected to, and that you keep coming back to it. We notice that, we see it, and that's something we respond to. We will reach out if we see somebody make really good videos or streams about our games. And we would never, I mean, we don't have a hard requirement for somebody, you must do 3 videos a month and 5 streams, and we would never ask
No
such a thing,
quotas.
right? Also, because I don't think there's anyone, I mean, very few at least, people who just play that one thing over and over. And
I
there are
think
a
there
lot of
are
people who like
people.
to shuffle about. Okay, now I have done this game for a while. I feel like something else, and we come back to something else like later. Many people have the sort of the games they keep circling back to,
Yeah,
and then there are some who just gives a game a whirl and never touches it again, right? Um,
definitely. Thank you very much for the follow, Apollo. And Night Knowledge. Yeah, I actually just watched some of your YouTube video that you made about Endless Dungeon. So I saw that you had some more coming out. I'm also the social media manager, so I got your DM. Which by the way, on YouTube, if you're over on YouTube, definitely go check out Night Knowledge. He just put out a video about Endless Dungeon, so go check him out. But yeah, so consistency is huge.
yeah,
Quality was the second one that we talked about.
yes,
And I think I want to preface when I say quality is I'm not trying to say that there are bad videos and there are good videos, but there are more engaging types of content than others. And, obviously the algorithm on YouTube specifically is based off of watch time and, click through rate, and there's a bunch of factors and statistics that it's based off of. But in general, if you're creating more engaging content, your video will be shown to more
that is
people
true.
and it will inevitably get more views. And so,
So that's one benchmark of quality is obviously, can you make your videos grow? Can you
make them
make them
engaging.
engaging and presentable? I mean, I think we have all seen the videos and streams where somebody's just playing like a zombie, not really talking about what they're doing. or if somebody's making a comment in their chat, if they're streaming, they don't responding to it, or people who are sort of streaming but they're not really streaming. Yeah, we have a game going, but I'm sitting on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm not on camera. You know,
Some people stream without
yeah,
cameras,
but I
but
mean, they have a camera on, but they're
oh,
not on it.
oh, you mean
You
they're out of scene?
yeah, they're on a
I
chair, and
see.
you can hear them cook in the background, or uh, I
At that point, I
totally
don't really know if you're streaming
uh,
anymore.
that's the thing, right? I totally respect that there are quite a few people out there who don't want um, to be on cam. I guess that's also a reason why you're seeing so many yeah,
VTubers.
VTubers in recent years. There are a ton of them out there now, and some of them are really, really good. Um, and we have even worked with some for both Humankind and I think OpenDev 1 or 2 for Endless Dungeon. We had somebody who streamed from TwitchCon even,
Mm, cool, cool, cool.
who
Yeah,
had this fancy setup.
rigged
Yeah, it was quite amazing to
setup.
see setting up this whole VTuber persona and how sensitive and accurate it was when it moved. I mean, it was really cool to see.
I think they are quite cool.
Yeah,
I've seen really simple ones that are like I
but
watched this one streamer that has an owl, and the eyes move and the head kind of like
it bobs a little. Yeah.
bobs with him, but like other than that, it's like not moving a ton. And then I've seen whole like arms and
Yeah, there's some that have crazy motion tracking. I think you can. In some cases, I think it's just an app you have on your phone, and then it sort of films you, or you have it running through a webcam.
oh
But I
okay.
have seen people who are actually having motion suits on, like they have these straps they can put on their arms, and
Oh,
so it can do more.
like Golem in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, maybe not that intricate, but there's definitely an evolution happening in the VTuber space
Yeah.
with people who are preferring to be a persona than themselves. And I totally respect that. I can even see the appeal in it for some, especially if you have a very themed persona going on, right? Somebody
Mhm.
who's like a pirate, or they're some sort of, I don't know, mystical, magical being or whatever. I mean, there's so
Yeah.
many. You also have the people who like to be anime characters, right? There are so many different kinds. The owl was another example, right?
An owl. Yeah.
So what we mean by quality isn't necessarily like you don't need to have like a studio level quality or anything, but
It's not
but
about the production value necessarily, the how expensive your mic is
yeah, yeah.
or your camera quality or even the like streaming bits
I've seen people
or
with
whatever.
absolutely crappy webcams and really really poor headsets that do phenomenal engaging content, and I've seen people with almost TV studio level gear who are just as interesting as a dead fish. So quality it's a hard thing to define, but it's important that you think it through when you're creating your content. That there's some thought behind it, and that you have an idea with what you're doing. That yeah, I don't know how to. It's like either you have it or you don't. No,
I
it's not
think
that.
here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. I think a really good litmus test, which is maybe something that our non-native English speakers don't know the word for, but litmus is a type of paper that you use to test the pH of a liquid.
Right.
So you dip in the paper, and if it turns blue, it's acidic. If it turns red, then it's basic, or it might be the other way around.
One of the two.
I haven't I haven't used litmus paper in a while,
It's been a while, yeah.
but a good litmus test is to watch your own content back, and if you sit there and engaged by your own content that you've maybe even edited
Yeah.
or were there saying it yourself, then it's good content because um if you watch yourself back and you're like, I'm kind of getting bored of watching myself, or I don't really
Yeah.
want to sit here and watch myself, then chances are other people may not also
That
want to
is
sit
very
there and
true.
watch you as well. You can also get your friends to watch your content. your friends most likely will be honest with you, whereas other people that you don't know as well might try and be nice or, more.
Yeah, some are cruel for fun, and others they just don't want to offend, so they say, "Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks nice, it looks
they're
good,"
just
but
trying
I
to be
mean,
soft
yeah.
with you.
And then there are some who just can't be asked to watch your content, but because they don't want to make you upset or hurt, they will say, I saw it was great."
Yeah.
Right? So
So,
you have that, but
but I think
I
you can have
guess,
the ability to look at it yourself
yeah.
with an objective eye and be like, am I engaged by
Hmm.
my own content?
And
Are there large breaks without anything engaging happening? Because we live in the age of TikTok, where some people's attention span is really short. And I'm not saying that everybody needs to make TikTok level of content. There are many people that make long form content that
yeah,
works really
yeah,
well. But I mean, you do have to think about it. And as a content creator, I think about it in terms of viewer retention. If there's a moment in a stream where things are kind of not really like that engaging, I'm like, we need to shift it up, shift gears, I guess is what I was gonna say,
yeah,
or switch it up,
yeah.
and do something different to keep people engaged. Ask the chat questions like, hey everybody, like, who's your favorite content creator? Put it in the chat. I'd love to shout them out.
But these are actually also things we talk about from time to time when we just sit at our desks, right?
Of course, yeah.
Because we
We have
also
a lot
have
of
our own,
conversations.
on our own preferences on the kind of content. I personally, I really like long form content myself. I like to get engaged with long videos or podcasts, even streams. Um, and to me, like rapid fire videos, um, if I get engaged with them, I'm also sometimes frustrated with them because I want to know more, right?
Yeah.
And then I have to dive down a rabbit hole.
We have a couple of questions
Oh yeah.
actually that you can answer on
Oh.
YouTube. I don't know if you can see the chat over here on the left.
I can see a
This one?
microphone boom, but maybe
Okay,
you can
I'll
read
read
them
it.
to me.
They're asking, is it possible to become a partnered creator based on Twitch following as opposed to YouTube?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
We were actually talking about this maybe
yeah,
a little bit earlier before you got here, Orserer. But we don't really care what platform you
yeah.
create your
I
content
mean,
on. You could be a Twitter, shit poster who gets a lot of engagement. And if you make the dankest endless dungeon memes, we're willing to work with
yeah,
you.
sure, sure,
Like,
sure. I mean,
or TikTok, or
we work with a lot of people. We have even some we consider partners who aren't necessarily sitting on the conventional gaming platforms, who are maybe sitting a lot on message places like Reddit, or we have people who do a lot of cosplay, for an example. And then in some other parts of the world, there are other platforms that exist.
other than Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah. And then there
Is
are
that
up and coming
possible?
ones, and also, so it's not all about YouTube. It's not all about Twitch. I mean, you can be if you get really into Endless Dungeon and you sit on TikTok a ton, right? And all your stuff is there.
or
That's
or
really
maybe
cool.
you make custom like wood art pieces
Yeah,
and you start making endless dungeon art pieces and doing all the characters and selling them on Etsy, and
yeah. Maybe you are running
I'll
a
retweet that,
like
or I guess
maybe
Instagram. I'm
on
not sure what.
yeah, or Instagram,
I'll
but or
add it to our
maybe you are
story.
an old school guy who has a massive or a growing community on Facebook, right? There is, for an example, for Humankind, there exists a fairly large like community fan page for Humankind on Facebook, and we sit out there from time to time also, and that's equally important as somebody who sits, say, on YouTube. I mean, people are everywhere, and it's not always fair to ask people to go to somewhere where they're not in order to participate. So we also
Mm-hmm.
need to sort of go out to
Meet you
where
halfway.
people are. Yeah.
We have a couple more questions. Well, I guess one is a comment from Night Knowledge. Would love to see a shroom cosplay. We actually commissioned the Ligue des Cosplayers Extraordinaires.
Yeah.
They're a French group of cosplayers, like a team, and they actually made an amazing shroom
I
cosplay.
think you can see
And if you go
the
back on our VOD,
yeah.
you can check it out. It's on this YouTube channel, as well as our Twitch channel, Amplitude Studios.
And there might also be some images or short videos
They
on
have an Instagram account
yeah.
as well.
But didn't we post it on one of our channels also, retweet or something?
Probably
Because
we
we
have.
had them with us. We had this room cosplay with us when we were in TwitchCon San Diego.
Hmm.
They were we had a little corner of the Sega booth there with endless dungeon branding, and we had the wonderful cosplayer guys with us standing next to that with a full sized great build for Shroom.
Yeah,
So
super cool. Definitely check that out.
yeah,
And then as well, Archmage is asking, so would it be possible to stream the game after the rodeo is over, or is it our only chance until release? Um,
yes,
I have
um,
the answer to that question because I also have questions about when we can stream it, and
just gonna take a swig of my bottle.
you're good. So basically, there will be a closed beta before the launch. So it is February 1st right now, and the launch is on May 18th.
Yes,
So we have all of February, March, April, and then part of May, right? So that's essentially 3.5 months until the release, full
yeah,
release. The closed beta is going to be somewhere probably in April.
yeah. Dates are still tentative.
Dates tentative. Don't quote me on that. But the people that have access to the final rodeo should have access to the closed beta as well, through the pre-purchase of the Last Wish edition. And I'm 99% sure you'll be able to stream during the closed beta as well. The servers will be back online, so everybody can pile back in and try that. Um, but we're calling that one a closed beta because it's not far enough away from the release of the game to implement most of,
Yeah,
if any, of the feedback, and it's mostly just to give people another opportunity to play the game, have a little bit of a different experience with it, and then also we want to kill as many bugs as we can.
sure. I mean,
Not just the
betas,
bugs in the game,
yeah,
but actually like
no, but
bug
betas can
fixing.
be great for catching those, bugs and issues that can be polished and fixed before release. I mean, a beta typically it's too late to implement major changes, but for sure you can do adjustments and tweaks and polishes and squash a bug or two, right?
Yeah.
And I could imagine, I don't know, I haven't seen the build. I will be absolutely clear on that, but I could imagine that the beta would also be a little bit more feature complete
I
compared to
think
the
I
open dev.
I don't want to promise on that because I'm not actually sure what's going to be in the
Yeah, that's
closed
why
beta version. I know you said
I'm
not
absolutely
for
not sure, but
sure.
I could imagine it would be because
It
that was the
might.
case for
I
humankind.
think I was talking to somebody else, and I'm not exactly sure.
Hmm.
I know that I'm pretty sure that this is going to be on the same app ID, but I don't know what the difference in the build is going to be.
Well,
There's things that they're trying to keep secret before the launch,
that is
so
very true. There's still stuff to be announced and revealed. That's for sure.
But yeah, we have a couple of other questions, and I think these are really good questions, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep on going
let's
with
go
them.
to them.
I don't want to interrupt our conversation too much, but I think it's important to answer
We
them.
drive off a tangent real easy, so it's
Yeah.
fine to have chat put us back in line.
So Archmage says, I suppose I'll have to acquire the game by then. If you want to participate in the closed beta, yes. But what Orser was saying is, how do you get into content creating for Endless Dungeon if the game isn't out yet? I didn't stream the open dev. Technically, the open dev is not done yet. We extended it another week.
That is true.
There were some humble bundle shenanigans. People didn't get access immediately. We wanted to extend it for another week as a thank you to the community, and also to get more time for feedback. But the only downside was that it said, "Okay, time's up. Tell us what was great about it." Yeah, so I can say this from experience that I've watched other content creators make content about games that aren't out yet. And even if you don't have access to a build of the game to record content on, there are still so many things that you can do as a content creator to make videos about it. You can talk about what we know about the game, things that you're excited for about the game. You can even just create a video saying, here's what I'd like to see in Endless Dungeon
those
for
are
release.
really good as well.
And you can engage your community and say, hey, like, what are your ideas? Like, what do you think? Obviously, at this point in the development, only so much can be added. But as a content creator, your job is to just create cool content and not necessarily like just play the game. Playing the game is like secondary to actually the content, which is you, the creator, creating a story or a discussion, or content could be anything. Content could be you making shorts about it where you act out as if you were the characters. Like you put on a cowboy hat and you pretend you're Blaze, and you make a
Yeah.
skit where you are interacting with Shroom, and you have like a mask or whatever, and now you're Shroom, and like that's content about Endless Dungeon, but you don't need anything to
Yeah, but
make that.
that
You
is,
just write a
I mean,
skit if you have writing skills or
yeah,
comedy skills or make memes. Like content can be anything.
yeah. And it should also be said, like, if you do content that is about, hey, here's a game coming up, or here's something I would like to see. I mean, that is also, I mean, you have to think the game will release, but that's not necessarily to say that there won't be more stuff coming to the game after it's released, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
a hundred
so,
percent.
um, so even if somebody has like a kick-ass idea that everyone else agrees is a kick-ass idea, and figure out that that might actually be something that's possible, but for later, right? And then we put the emphasis on later, right? And let an idea brood and develop further for future stuff. And we see that in pretty much every game ever right now, right?
I mean, Endless Dungeon will definitely be a live service game, just like Humankind, where, once the game is launched, it's not over. We're planning on supporting the game with free updates and DLC. And so it's one of those things where, yes, the game will launch, and, we only have a certain amount of time before then to do stuff, but, you know, it's definitely something where, our whole idea at Amplitude is that we're a community collaborative company.
Yeah.
So it's at the core of who we are. um Prescott, we can't make that bug, sorry. He wants to keep his progress for when the full release drops. Dang it. But yeah, content creators would make something, then the Endless team would reach out if they like their stuff. So this is actually something else that we talked about, which, imagine I'm a content creator making content about Endless Dungeon, and I want to be noticed by you.
For an example,
I
sometimes people also forward stuff to me because I only have this amount of eyes, and there are so many videos out there and so little time to watch everything. So sometimes people come to me, hey, I stumbled across this guy, made fantastic videos. Oh, cool, I'll check it out, right? And I do, and I
Mhm.
agree, awesome, cool, let's do something.
Yeah.
Um,
So I guess how we can talk about it is if you're a content creator and you want to make content about Endless Dungeon, which personally I think is a great idea, this is the perfect time to be making content for Endless Dungeon, because this is kind of the beginning, the build up before the launch, where you can establish yourself as one of the foremost voices or creators making content for the game, and people will look to you to find more content. If they like it, they'll laugh, they'll come back, you know and as a creator, like you were saying, you may not play one game for the rest of your content creation life. Some
and
people do, maybe there's creators that have played, I don't know, League of Legends or something for their whole
yeah, for
content
sure,
creation
those
life,
guys are
but
there too. Yeah. So
most people are going to play different games. And so I think as a creator, you have to look at it as, what can I gain from being a part of this community for the time that I'm there? And, learning about how to make better content, using the uniqueness of our game to grow as a creator is an awesome opportunity. And especially right now, so I think to get noticed by you, I think there's a couple of ways. Like we talked about, consistency. So if you're
sure.
posting content consistently, you're making content once a week at least, maybe, or it doesn't even have to be that often.
No, but I mean,
But
regularly, right?
yeah.
Not just one video and then nothing ever again, right? But if I would never ask do a video a week, or even one a month. But obviously, the more you do, the more likely I will be, or we will be, to notice your content, right?
Hmm.
Um, I mean, there are creators out there who post maybe 3 or 4 videos a year, and when they do, they're usually
Mark Rober.
huge. for example, or internet
Mar-
historian is another one, right?
yeah. No, everybody has a different
Yeah, yeah.
cadence, you know,
So don't go out of your way to do something that you don't naturally or normally do, right?
especially if it's not, you
Um,
know, quality content.
yeah, yeah. Don't force yourself to do something you're not confident or comfortable
Yeah,
about, right?
100%. Yeah.
You
I
have to
get
like your own content. We can definitely see when something is producing content just for the sake of producing content. Everyone can see that. Also, sometimes you may run across a sponsored stream and you can see they're clearly just playing because, hey,
somebody paid them.
yeah. And the second their stream is over, they're like, yeah, thanks, next to my usual thing, and you never see them touch that game again. That is not fun for anyone to watch. So, uh, make sure that when you do content, be it about our game or any game or whatever, wood carving, as you brought up earlier, that is something you enjoy doing.
It
Because that
needs to feel
will,
genuine.
yeah, exactly. Genuine is a very good word. If it is real, then it feels real and people connect with it better. And we do too, because we watch content all the time as well. And
As much content as I produce, I consume.
yeah. And again, there's only so many hours in a day, but I mean, we are many people at Amplitude, and so everyone, like, sometimes in some streams, you will have a developer watching who won't necessarily say they are, but they're just there to
Yeah.
watch what's happening, but also just because, hey, it's entertaining.
Yeah, of course.
So and
So,
and in those cases when we see something like that, well, then yeah, let's connect. Let's see if there's something we can do together, right, to help each other out. And then I would typically look for, is there an email contact somewhere on your page, be it Twitter, YouTube, Twitch,
Twitch.
whatever. And then I would send an email to that one and just, hey, I'm this guy from Amplitude. You may or may not know me, but saw what you did, thought it was real cool. Would like you to invite to join our partner program or whatever, right? And with that, I mean, we are working on a partner program for Endless Dungeon. Also, we were leading up to that. So there's
That's where
nothing
this
really
conversation was
else
going.
sort of heading. I mean, we don't have anything to show and tell right now. It's still in its early conception phases. I mean,
We would like to have a partner
yeah,
program ready for ideally before the launch of Endless Dungeon. Obviously we can't say just yet what it's going to look like exactly, since it's still being worked on. But ideally we'd like to have a partner program that allows you to have a referral code,
yes,
so that if people are watching your stream, watching your videos, and they want to buy the game because you made them like it, that you can share in that, as well, to provide creators with high quality assets to use. One of the
also,
biggest things as a creator is when you want to make, let's say, a meme, or you want to make a thumbnail for your YouTube video, and you have to cut out the character and slap it in, Photoshop, and try and take a good screenshot.
it
It's
can be yeah.
it's really tough,
So
actually. I've spent more time trying to make a thumbnail because I needed to try and figure out how to like get the assets I needed into the thumbnail. But if I had just had like the files for each hero, I could
yeah.
just make a thumbnail way easier.
So those are typically things you would get in a partner program.
B-roll,
Yeah,
high
B-roll,
quality
high
B-roll that we've
quality
recorded.
screenshots, transparent hero images, key art,
Mm-hmm.
that sort of stuff. And I think that's true for most just partner programs in general out there. That's one of those things that it's the same kind of materials that press also receive when there's a big press release. Then every company sends out, alongside with the news of whatever the press release is about. They usually also send some videos, some high quality images, and whatever that can appear in news articles and,
Sure,
and
yeah.
such.
I think people might
So
not know the resources that could exist if they actually make the relationship with the company official by joining a partner program, like you said,
yeah,
going to our partner program page, and getting access to all these things. I think
yeah.
some people are like, oh, we'll just make a YouTube video, and I don't know, I don't expect anybody to see it.
We do have some like for an example for humankind, we for an example have a Discord, a special Discord server that is not public, but where the people who are invited into that one, those are people in the partner program, and that's a place for them to have a more less noisy and more direct connection
Mm-hmm.
with the Amplitude team. And this is also where they can meet up with each other. Say if they want to do a collab on something, there are other creators in there. It's a place where they can give us feedback direct. It's also a place where we can give important announcements on new updates and patches and stuff we are working on.
You can share kind of, especially if as a partner you get put under an NDA, which for those of you that don't know, an NDA is a non-disclosure agreement, which essentially means that we can tell you secret stuff about what's coming in the game that
true.
other people can't know
in
about.
some instances, depending on also how close a relationship you wish to have as a partner, like some who like to get really really close with us, that we also becoming good friends with, we have the option to get people under an NDA, and if they're under an NDA, they would get really early access to new stuff that might even not necessarily actually come to be in the end, or that will change radically from early concept to actually a release date that is very different. And you will also in under that instance, you will be basically offered like really really true insights, and you will also be asked for thoughts and feedback on stuff that might actually help shape the game. I mean, it's
very non-specific, Bo.
Very
we might ask you about stuff.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to go too much into the details.
No,
but,
I think it's important to be transparent. Content creators that are making content about a game, have a lot of insight since they put a lot of hours into actually playing the game, and they know what they like and they don't like. Now, that does not to say that we're gonna just do whatever the content creators tell us to do.
We will never
Obviously
promise
not.
that either. We will never promise that. However,
but we do value your opinion, and we will take that in as feedback.
A sort of loose example could be, we are playing around with some ideas for new content or new feature, and it could go this way, it could go that way. We're not really sure. There might be an initial concept for say like, hey, how diplomacy ended up in Together We Rule, right? There were some different ideas floating about on what an interface could look like, or what we should emphasize when you're talking with, say, neutral cultures in there. And there were a lot of back and forth with people in the program. But there were definitely, we would like to hear your thoughts about this stuff. Right? People were under an NDA; they get to actually try it out and give quality feedback and suggestions. And some of that is taken to heart, and some of it is like, yeah, but that's not really what we want to do.
Sure.
And then in the end, a product is coming out. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
So.
And potentially for Endless Dungeon, we might have an exclusive partner Discord to have content creators collaborate with each other. Like Knight, you said that you have good conversations with other creators. It's an opportunity to meet other people, collaborate with other people.
Yeah. Also in the partner Discord is also like, we will. I mean, I don't have anything to share right now or show right now, but we will. Discord is a tool we use a lot, and it's very very good. And in the Humankind Discord this is also a place where we have been referred a lot of people. Like, hey, I have a friend who actually also would really like to give Humankind a whirl. Right? And okay, we check out the channel, we provide a key, and there you go. All of a sudden, we have a new friend we got because we had a friend already who was a friend of a friend, and then the friend gets. You know how it goes, right?
Exactly.
You meet new people.
Let's catch up with a couple of questions from chat.
Let's do it.
So Archman, you said, and we in the creators should be allowed to show these to other people during streams, or should it be kept private? I'm not exactly sure what you were referring to specifically, since we mentioned a couple of different things. Maybe you could specify.
I mean, I can say so much. That,
Obviously, NDA stuff can't be shared
yeah,
with your community,
exactly.
but if there's assets that you have used, you know, like we gave you assets and question is being answered. Perfect. Good to hear. All right. Sorry if you answered this, but did you say whether or not becoming officially partnered is on a reach out system or is there an application or what? So there is an application of sorts. Like Bo was mentioning earlier, we use Exola as a partner to help kind of create a funnel for creators that want to work with us. However, we have Bo and Juliet, our two influencer managers, that are always looking for new creators, and so it could also be on a get noticed basis. I, as the social media person, would highly suggest you that if you are creating content for a game, whether it be our game or another game,
tag the game,
tag them, use an at Endless Universe, at Amplitude Studios. Hashtags are fine, but we don't get notified when you use our hashtag that says Endless Universe. That's more for people to find content about the games and less, gonna pop up in a notification for us. So if you're like, ooh, I'm putting out a YouTube video about the game, literally make a tweet that says, hey, I just posted this YouTube video. It's a banger at Endless Universe. Let me know what you think. Or what, I don't know, however you say in your Twitter messages. But then we'll see that and we'll be like, oh my gosh, they just made a YouTube video. I'll go check it out. I'll be like, yo, Bo, this person's pretty good. Check them out. Bo will check them out. I'll be like, hey, you know what? We don't have anything to post right now in the afternoon. I'm going to retweet that or quote tweet that or whatever.
Yeah.
Verbatim.
Exactamundo.
No internal arrow. I'm Jordan Merrill on Discord. Dark Arrow is Sergio, and he's the Spanish guy.
And me, if I'm at Le Selmer.
You are Le Selmer.
Yeah.
All right. So
not,
when I
make not late Selmer as it's in
Le Selmer.
Le Selmer.
Le Selmer. Très bien. So when I make some sort of content for the game at said game, yes, exactly. I've never made stuff for something specifically, so that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Wolf Masumi, I read your message. I hope you get better soon. I'm sorry that you got COVID. That's rough. The Rona.
I had it twice.
I only had it once,
but I do not recommend.
Oh, there's Dark Arrow in the Twitch chat.
Oh yeah.
Reaching us on Discord could be another channel. True. We
do have a community Discord as well. Yeah.
Community Discord.
And that one is super valuable also. And not to forget amplifiers, right? If you are on amplifiers, our own platform, and you share stuff with us in there, I mean.
But Bo, how can they get to amplifiers? How do you find the website?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Don't worry, I got it.
I can't remember exactly if you have to type a special address in.
It's now community.amplitude.something.
Yeah. I'm still and I will say I'm absolutely guilty. I'm still thinking about, games together. It's
going to be hard to get rid of games together in my brain.
We have been using games together for so long, so we ourselves have to get used to amplifiers, and that it in fact has a different address now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But gamestogether.com does reroute.
Redirect. Yeah,
so, Games Together lives on. But yeah.
In a sense.
Living
memory.
Yep. Think you've been planning on playing Endless Space 2 soon again. Wolf Masumi, you might be interested to know that we're working with some members of the community to make a community patch for Endless Space 2, specifically for reining in Isander a little bit. But it should help with a lot of issues that the community has raised. Obviously, we don't have an active team working on Endless Space 2, so doing a community patch is the best we can do, and I think it's going to be amazing. So
yeah,
we'll have to see when that comes out.
And if that's something people definitely want to stream or create videos about, I mean, they can reach out.
Yeah.
And we can see if we can get something to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Hotaj, we have another creator
Voice is
question.
rusty.
You're good. Hi, Amplitude. I just played early access right now, and it was fantastic. I'm a little streamer, and I wanted to know if you have some projects about streamers like early access before release, and what are the conditions. So yeah, we were actually just talking about this. That we do plan on having a creator program available by the closed beta, which should happen sometime late
Yeah,
April. Dates to be pending.
but we
Um,
we don't have specifics to share just yet in regards to
mhm.
requirements and whatnot.
Yeah,
That will come.
like you were
Uh,
saying though, the requirements are less about the number of followers you have and more about the
yeah,
quality and consistency that you're making content,
yeah,
along with, does the content feel genuine? Is the content engaging? Do you seem like you're having a good time, you know? I think that being able to support content creators of all
yeah.
sizes in different ways, obviously,
It matters.
you
Yeah,
know, this is still a business, you know, and at a certain point, you know, we only have so much time in the day, but obviously we want to help creators reach their full
yeah,
potential, because we see a lot of people making content, and you know, we would love to see each of those creators grow in their own way, to become the
yeah.
best creator that they can be.
And some grow slowly, and some can take off very fast. And in the Humankind program, the creators we have in there are of all sizes. So size obviously it has an impact, right? There's a difference if you just have no followers or two, and nobody ever engaging in your chat or in your comments, right? That to us is maybe not interesting yet, right? But it's not supposed to stay that way, right?
Hmm.
Some everyone has to start somewhere when they get into the space, and it's a space where there's a lot of competition. Um, but for sure, we will not only want to work with massive big channels left and right. I mean, we have very good relationships with plenty of really small creators as well, and some of them are just small and they like it that way, and others they have more ambition to grow and become
Yeah, some people do
so big.
content
So
creation
yeah,
for a hobby.
some
Some
definitely just do
some
it on
do
a
it
hobby level, right? They still
because
have
they
their
just enjoy it. You
yeah.
know, some people
It's
do it because they want it to be a career,
yeah,
and that's totally fine.
and there are people who prefer to have a remote social life, if you will.
Yeah,
So
I would say, if you're looking to grow as a creator, that, as I mean, how do I say this? I don't want to say, I don't want to promise anything that I can't fulfill on. But for example, for Humankind, I had an entire series on Twitter where we literally just found the smallest creators that we could find and we shouted them out. We found creators, small creators that were making good content, and what we mean by good again is that it was quality, you know, there was passion behind it,
yeah, definitely
you
saw
could hear
passion.
them,
Yeah,
it was well edited, you know. And so, you know, I think that as a small streamer there's a huge opportunity to grow. Just saying, we have a very small um group of content creators compared to other games. So this is actually, especially Endless Dungeon, Humankind, these are actually titles where there are more viewers than there are creators. And people that are really into content creation actually look up these statistics. You can look them up on like Solinome or whatever.
yeah,
Um,
there are several out there.
but you
Yeah,
can divide categories games by viewers to streamer ratio, and there are certain categories that have more viewers than there are streamers, and so you have to fight less to have more
yeah.
eyeballs on your content. So
But I mean, it also comes a little bit down to game genres, right?
of
You
course,
have like a lot of the games that we make at Amplified. Sorry,
Amplitude.
Amplitude. Oh yeah, it's been a long day. It's warm.
Heck yeah, Hotaj.
But yeah, a lot of the games we make at Amplitude, they are like grand strategy 4X games, and while they certainly are genres where there are several games in there and a lot of people are playing them, the audiences and the people interested in these type of games are not nearly close to say people who are into shooters or survival games or
Mm-hmm.
uh, racing games even. So Um, so the 4X community is a smaller one, but generally,
Very passionate community though,
a
and
lot
if
of people are
they
really into it, and a lot
like
of
your content,
people,
they will latch on.
yeah, and that's also why you have a small sort of relatively small group of creators out there who are your like the evergreens you come back to watch. Oh, this guy started a new Civ stream. This guy started a new Stellaris stream, or
Hmm.
Hearts of Iron, or there's a lot of
Yeah,
there are a lot of it's the same sort of group of people, and we pretty much know them all quite well, um, who have this game they keep returning to, and they know they are getting good interaction, good engagement when they are playing them,
sure.
and people know that, oh, when if I want to see a video about this game, I need to go to this guy, or
Yeah, I think
this
there's a great
channel, and
opportunity to become kind of a pillar to
yeah,
that people look towards for content
yeah.
about a specific game.
And then
For
there are also
sure.
the people who just don't want to be pillars, who just
People love variety too,
yeah,
so that's good as well. It depends on who you are and what you want. I think that a lot of content creation is just figuring out what makes you comfortable and what you enjoy doing, because if you
yeah,
don't enjoy it, you're not going to stick with it long
yeah.
term.
Don't be a trend chaser too much. Obviously, check out your own content, how it performs, and be critical of your own stuff, so you can see where you might want to work to improve, and also you see of, hey, this thing I'm doing is actually doing quite well. I'm actually really enjoying this thing, and then double down on that thing. But don't tunnel vision too much on chasing trends.
Yeah.
Also,
Well,
um,
I'm just noticing the time, and I know that you have a meeting to
that
get
is
to.
true.
So
I
I'd love to
definitely
wrap
need
up
to,
here
yeah.
pretty quick.
So
With at least with you, I will still be streaming until 6, so we
yeah, you
still have
also
another
need
like 50
you
minutes.
need to
But
start a game, I guess, right?
I
Also,
will.
yeah,
We'll
yeah,
be playing some Endless Dungeon here in a little bit. But I think what I would like to do is potentially, I guess, I think we've answered everybody's questions. Hotaj has another question actually. Let's answer that, and then
okay,
I'll get into my last question that I have for you.
okay,
What's the best way to stay tuned in about it? Twitter, Games Together, about the creator program. How
yeah,
how do we notify people about the creator program? I think that we'll probably post something on our Twitter about it.
yeah.
Link over
I
to
would. It also depends on how the final shape of the program will be. It's still up in the air whether or not we will have a big, massive, landing page, or if it's just gonna be sort of something more intimate we direct people to. I mean, we are having discussions internally. So again, details are to come, but I would be surprised if we wouldn't post about it on Twitter, if we wouldn't post about it on, say,
I
uh,
think the community, our amplitude, or sorry, discord.gg
yeah,
slash
um,
amplitude, our community
yeah,
Discord
our own
for our.
channels for sure. We would
If
make
you're
an
in
announcement,
there,
right?
you have access to the community managers, and the community managers are going to be able to contact
Yeah.
the
Also, yeah,
influencer managers as well. I would say the Discord is a good spot. There's different channels for announcements. You
yeah,
can mute whatever you don't care about. Like Discord's a great option to like get the information that you want. But if you don't use Discord, then
yeah.
Games Together amplifiers. I think we'll probably have a blog talking about the partner program. I would assume.
Yeah. It would surprise
Um,
me if we didn't.
so
So,
I think it'll be in a lot of
yeah,
places, but honestly, Hotaj, like I said, if you make content and you're interested in, being a part of our program, add us when you post the
yeah,
content. Let us know about the content that you're making, because the content that you're making speaks way louder than any sort of I'm interested sort of
that is
DMs
true.
or comments or anything like that.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, we have a lot of people that are saying I'm interested, but if unless you're actually out there making some type of content, it's just
yeah.
words,
I mean, obviously, we love words. We love
Sure.
We love hearing interest. We
But
love,
they know I'm real with them. They
yeah,
know
yeah,
that
sure,
I'm
sure,
not gonna
sure.
lie to them, and
But if we
it's really
can
important
if we
to
can see what you're all about, that's infinitely
more useful.
more, yeah, more helpful. I was about to say helpful.
Helpful.
helpful,
Helpful
useful,
too. Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
So that's if you're
Heck yeah.
already doing stuff, you know, let us know about it on all these channels we have mentioned,
And like
and
we
we will
said,
check it out.
content comes in many forms.
Yeah,
I think I might talk a little bit about content as I'm playing after after you
you
gotta
should.
go.
You should.
But
You have a lot of good insights to share on that.
I I wish that someday I'll be able to do content creation as my full-time gig.
But you also
But
know
I've learned a
yeah.
ton while working here, so I don't think I could have
I
done that
will
without this
say
opportunity.
I know quite a few very now successful creators out there who I got to know when they were really small, but then a decade later they are now massive, and they are sinking in at least 60 plus hours a week, and that's you're not seeing 60 hours of content. There's just so much work around their channel to keep it going, to keep it growing, uh,
A lot of
that
work.
like a lot of behind the scenes stuff that they do. It's truly a passion job. I mean, obviously, if you become a superstar and massive and you get a million subs, and it's also a good living, right? You get a good income. Or
It's
ideally,
not
you should.
stable though.
It's not stable. It's something you
You
constantly
still have
have
to fight
to.
for it.
Yeah, you constantly have to work for it, and I guess we also all over time have seen creators out there who were big once who are all but forgotten now, right? And there can be several reasons for that. And
I think that might be a
burnout is one, but I mean it's also
conversation for another day.
it's
I'm
another
worried about
conversation. But
I'm worried about
I'm
going
just
off
saying
another tangent. But
it's another tangent, and I would love to come on again and talk more about these things because I've been doing this kind of work for many years now.
yep.
And there are many stories to tell and many lessons to take. Um, but I have the deepest respects and give my best encouragements for everyone who you know have ambition to become a streamer or YouTuber or content creator of any kind. It's a lot of work, but it can also be very rewarding if you you find that drive, and you see the stuff that you do become something that people really enjoy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people actually really looking forward to see your next stuff, right? There's
It's a weird feeling having people asking you, "Hey, when are you gonna post the next thing?"
yeah.
Because then you're like, "Oh my gosh, people
So
want this. They want me to post more." Okay, last question
last question.
before we go. If you had to sum it all up to any creators out there that are wanting to become, how do I put this? To any creators out there wanting to make content about Endless Dungeon, what are you looking for as our influencer manager from those creators?
Um, but that's not an easy thing to sum up.
Just like 30-second.
Okay.
If you just had to say the top things that you're looking for from creators, that would keep you interested in working with them.
Yeah, over time it will definitely be how much content do you produce. That's one thing. But I will for sure be looking at it. How are you connecting with the game? How are you playing? Is it something you genuinely enjoy playing and having a good time with? And with that also, I will be looking at how does your audience react, right? Do you have I mean, you might enjoy the game, but the people who view your content, are they enjoying it also? Those things matter. Definitely quality things, like you are actually real, genuine. You are there for the content you make. You have a plan when you make it. You're not just clickety clickety. You're present. Doesn't matter if you have a good camera or not, but I mean, uh, your quality needs to be there. We need to see um, that you're in there to grow your channel also, obviously to connect with us, and then we will basically reach out and invite um, where we see it. But I mean, at first it can just be just a very basic relation. Reach out, enjoy your content, maybe you want to do a giveaway. Maybe you want to participate in a challenge together with these other guys and have some multiplayer going. It can be many things, but I mean, at first, before you become close friends with somebody, you gotta be, you gotta do some handshakes first, right?
Yep.
Um, so we don't have specific hard targets or requirements that you must reach. There's no such thing as you must have at least this many followers, you must post at least this many videos a week, or you must stream so and so many hours. Uh, that everyone works different. Everyone have a different cadence, as you said. Um, but if you just do the one video and then wait for us to get back to you before you do another one,
You might be waiting.
You might be waiting a long time, right? So
I do my best to reach out to creators that are making content on YouTube, interact with them, but
yeah, but because it's but for sure, I want to say, like, if you have your own community, your own viewers, if they really connect well with your game as well, the game you're playing as well, that's actually also important, and that's maybe a factor that many people overlook, because it's frustrating as a creator if you're playing somebody and everyone in your chat hates it, right? That doesn't make you want to come back to it.
Sure.
So
I think if you're enjoying it, then your chat's most likely gonna enjoy it.
Typically, that's like,
usually
you can see when somebody's enjoying something and they're really good at something, or they are, bad at something, but in a fun way, right?
Yeah.
But they're there because they're having a good time, and everyone can sort of sense the energy when somebody has a good time. And if you have that energy, then we will see it too, right? So most of all, have fun with the game. If you do, great. And if not, I mean, nobody will hold it against you if you want to move on.
Yeah, of course not. We're here to help people and to make the best dang content we can. So thank you very much for coming on the stream. I'm glad that we did it. I think the chat has enjoyed this. I think it's been insightful maybe to some people. One of the things that I have a goal to do as somebody working in the game development industry now is to actually demystify a lot of the things about video game making and how companies work and how game development works and how do the teams work, the designers, how do we work with influencers? It shouldn't be mysterious or like, oh, how does it happen? I will never know. We can tell you a lot of stuff.
I want to add one comment to that. When something seems mysterious or vague or something, in many cases, it's because, and that's not just for us, it's from anyone working on making games, it's because things are not certain yet. You might not be sure if you can reach a certain target, or you might not be sure that this thing you're working on right now will actually make it. And if you're presenting it, then it's often seen as a promise. And if you then don't deliver, then people will be upset. So a lot of the vagueness and sort of bullet dodging. You see,
not actually trying to avoid the questions.
It's just because
better to not overpromise.
Not overpromise, but also sometimes there's just not an answer yet.
Yeah, right. Things take time, and you can't wait until everything's figured out to start talking about it. So,
and that's true for every stages of making and supporting video games.
Here. Thank you, Bo.
And thanks to everyone for the questions in chat. And I guess if you want me to come back and talk more about the world of content creators and influencers and whatnot, just let Jordan know and he will tell me, and I'll be happy to come back.
Sounds good.
And if not, well,
we'll see you around, Bo. Don't worry about it.
I'll still have my disc.
Take care. And enjoy your meeting.
I shall. It's a wonderful meeting. Yeah. Well, have fun, everybody. Enjoy.
Take care. Have a good one. Yeah, don't trip on anything. That'd be bad. I'm gonna shove this chair out of the way. All right, y'all. Claps all around. Let's see. I don't want to blast your eardrums out, but I do want to get closer to this microphone. I'm also gonna give a little shifty to the camera here. Make us a little more centered. Got it. GG's. All right. Well, I hope that that was informative and enlightening, illuminating, all positive things there. I had the thought, gotta go. No worries. Take care, Archmage. Thank you for being here. And yeah, feel free to get in contact with us. Honestly, like I want to extend my own personal invitation. If anybody does want to contact me, I am more than happy to help any up and coming content creators and answer any questions that you might have. I'm not a all-knowing guru of content creation, but I've been around the block and I've worked on my own content creation, and I've seen how, you know, the company works and deals with a lot of different things. So I'm very open to helping anybody out, and I'll always answer my DMs, even if it takes me a few days to get back to you. So there's my Twitter link, which is a great way to get a hold of me. So before I get started in Endless Dungeon, or actually as we get started in Endless Dungeon, I'm gonna open it up here so we can get hopping in. But I wanted to kind of, you know, continue the conversation that we had going about content creation, because I don't think Bo would say this, but I'm going to say it, because not that I don't have a filter, but I feel like it's really important to say. There's a lot of people out there making content, and as content creators, I think one of the most important things that sometimes people forget is content creation is about being creative. And it's kind of in the name. You know, a content creator has to create things. And so sometimes I think, you know, people are like, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a video and I'm just going to record myself playing the game, which granted can be good content, especially if you're funny. There we go. We got the game up here. Let's pop in. However, something that can be really fun is when you create content that is, you know, a fun idea, or, you know, taking the game a different way that isn't normally how you would play it, or, you know, putting the game into a medium that isn't normally how it's, you know, accessed, I guess, in the form of just gameplay. So I'm really curious to see what types of content people are going to make about the game, in terms of non-traditional content, I guess you could say. I think I'm going to go with Shroom and Comrade. Gonna get in some action here. Yeah, that's something that I want to talk a little bit more about, because there are, for example, like here's one example: speedrunning. A way that you could play the game that isn't normally played is that you could speedrun the game. You could have a little timer in the corner and you could see how fast you can complete a level, or how fast you can get to the boss, or something like that. You know, there's just a lot of really interesting. Oh, there's only one monster in there. There's just a lot of really interesting things that you can do as a content creator to make your content engaging. I'd love to try solo runs too. Any way to dismiss or just pick one? To just have one character? No. You at least have to have 2 characters, but you can choose not to have 3, even after you unlock it. Well, this is kind of sketchy. We're gonna have to go with industry production. I think we're gonna need straight shooter there.
Just wait there, okay?
Ah! one thing I was thinking of that we didn't get to talk about yet was, I'm trying to remember all the things that I had in my head that I was like, ooh, we should talk about this. Ooh, the pocket rocket. Let's get over here. Oh, another spawner, really?
Let's go serve the cause.
Oops.
Does it
Grab that.
revolution?
I had a question, and I'm wondering what type of things you, the community, would like to see a brand such as us, Amplitude Studios, to help you do content creation. So to the creators out there who are trying to make content, what sort of things would be helpful to you to have as a creator? Because I think we talk a lot in terms of, you know, what can creators do to get noticed, or what can creators do you know, with the game as it is and whatever. But I'd really love to know, like, I think a lot about what makes a game more streamable. That's something that I think about a lot, because, for example, like a Twitch extension or something like that would be really helpful. Oh, hold up. Oh my gosh, they destroyed it that fast. I made a big mistake. Why did I not think that? I don't know why I didn't think that that would get destroyed. That wasn't very intelligent of me. Thank you very much for the follow, Spirit of Nothing, and officially welcome into the Amplitude Studios community. Did I pick something? Yo, I'm throwing right now. What did I research? I can't even tell what I researched. I'm actually throwing right now.
One for us. Right there.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Stand back here. Like you said before, more interesting art to make thumbnails via presser creator kit. Okay, cool. Is it? I mean, I'm not expecting you to have all the answers here or whatever, but I'm just really curious if, oh, I got the EMP turret. Okay, well, that's really lucky. A good one. Let's go EMP right there. Honestly, EMP right there, and then maybe EMP right here. That's pretty good. Honestly, we can just replace these for 2. It's just better. Put you right here. Seems like a good spot. Let's go see if we can get any more research. How are you doing today, Spirit of Nothing? Shield. Shield could be useful. Acid sharpshooter might be better. Actually, do we get bugs? Hold up, we're in the... Where are we? We're in Astral Harbor, which means that we're gonna get... I can't remember. What do you get in Astral Harbor? It's bots and... Bots and bugs or bots and blobs? I don't remember. Man, I'm so bad. Or so bad at this game. Yeah, press kits are great. I made some promotional materials for a game a while back for a collaboration. Hold up. Focusing on the wave. Goodness gracious. Everything's fine. Everything is awesome. All right, let's level those up. Is that... Oh, that's another turret right there. I feel like we should replace that for a little bit of industry. Two industry is not that big of a deal. For collaboration stream, made a few logo packs and stock backgrounds, made it easy. Some games you have to really scavenge for that sort of thing. I definitely think that that's super true, that sometimes it feels like you're like, okay, I guess I'll make all the assets. Which is fine, you know, you're a creator, you can make the assets, but it's also a lot more work. Tried Comrade out with the sloppy bombs the other day. You talking about this bad boy? Oh no, the pocket rocket. Sloppy bombs. Oh, sloppy bombs is the firework one. If you get all his fire rate ups, it's mad. I can imagine watching this making me want to hop in the game right now. Sorry, internal error. Sorry, not sorry. I apologize for nothing. That's a pretty good spot to put one. This is a pretty good spot to put an EMP blast. Look at that. And then honestly right here is pretty good too. We unlocked the door, so I guess we're going this way. 100% up is the cap. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. I really like the pocket rocket actually, because it's kind of like a nice like swap to it, shoot, and then switch to your other weapon while it's restarting, or not restarting, but you know what I mean. Maybe we'll get a bit of science. Get a bit of science, yeah. So something that, oh, this is the final door. Let's honestly, let's just open up some more doors. Oh, this is a hero upgrade. Here, ultimate skill. I think Far From Home is pretty good. %30 critical chance. To turrets. Oh, interesting. We don't really have good ways to defend out here. Are they gonna attack the generator? No, it looks like they're just gonna run this way. Oh no, they will. Okay, well this is kind of sloppy.
The generator is being oppressed. Onward.
Come here. Did I get it? Apparently I did. All right, Shroom just like wasn't helping. Okay, I'm not really sure where to put my stuff here. Thank you, Kukross. Kukross? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Thank you very much for the follow and officially welcome into the community.
Here come the workers.
Ooh, we got a crystal shard over here. The fact that we don't have like a Tesla ball is kind of annoying. I'd really like a Tesla ball. Also, did these not kill everything? Something came and attacked our turret or our crystal. Jellifier. It's kind of not what we want. Oh my gosh. We're getting terrible luck here. Guess we'll get that. Feel dumb now. Endless Dungeon is a super fun solo. Okay.
My choice. One for us.
Okay. Oh, we're taking damage. Yo, where are they coming from? They're coming from down here. That's bad. What am I doing wrong here? I think they're coming through the bottom. It's interesting. I guess we could put an amplifier here.
Devices for the revolution.
That'll level, or not level them up, but it'll give them a bit more. And then y'all need to pick up the pace here. Not sure how to make you defend better. Got a couple of things we can level up though. But anyways, yeah, I've worked with a company actually who
My choice.
they basically with their content creator program, what they wanted to do was to essentially give creators an opportunity to how do I put it, give them an opportunity to kind of receive like personal help, like one-on-one help for their content. So let's say you're a creator and you know, you're learning how to make better YouTube videos and all this stuff, and you're working on your content. Well, they wanted to help people get better at being a content creator, like help them with their branding, help them with their marketing strategy, like help them learn, you know, better how to make better thumbnails, better editing, like kind of like help them create better content so that in turn they make better content around the games that they're playing, which is their games. One wit per turret. It's an interesting one, which I think is a really interesting concept because you know, you as a company don't really think about, ooh, that's actually quite cool.
Of the revolution.
You don't really think about like helping creators in that way, or at least I don't think very many companies actually do that or think about it that way. But honestly, it seems like a really cool idea to me. All right, I need to figure out where the stuff is breaking through here. So we're gonna be shooting all this stuff. Shroom's handling it. Shrooms. Okay, now we got a wave coming down to the bottom. Should be killing everything. I think we're good. I don't know how they got through before. Guess it was just a fluke. Just a fluke. Let's have an EMP blast here, and then let's get this crystal shard. Everything else should be kind of dealing with itself. Those turrets will kind of handle everything else. It's interesting, you can kind of bait over the oh, you're healing, are you? Back. Come over into my EMP. I dare you. I'll get your message in a second, Senlet. Ow. Come, my minion! Get back! Okay. Hold up. Goodness gracious. Oh, actually, you know what we need to do? We need to go to the end door. Hold up. Yo, Comrade's turrets are real good, y'all.
Great, comrade.
I'm gonna go see if I can get another upgrade while I'm at it. Hold up, these turrets are not doing what they need to do.
One for us.
Okay. You're good, Crystal. I'm gonna see if I get in a little that's pretty good. Hey, get off me. Flipping things. All right. I'll put together some co-op vids in the future. I have 2 weeks worth of guides and gameplay coming up. I'm excited to see your videos. Really, I am, Night Knowledge.
Another zone will fall to our cause.
And I really think you did the perfect thing by DMing and being like, hey, like, here's what I have made. Here's what I plan on posting. Like, that makes it really easy to help support you. It's awesome. Okay, so Senlet. Content creators are sometimes the only advertisement for games. For more niche things. Yeah, and I mean, I think in a lot of ways, you know, oh shoot, we killed Shroom. Whoops. Yeah, you're fine, Shroom. I don't think I got you any upgrades anyways. I actually think we'll have you heal yourself.
This should help.
No, excuse me.
It's bigger.
There we go.
It's bigger.
Okay, I really don't want you healing them.
It's bigger. It's bigger.
There we go. You'll be fine. Shroom's fine. Some more industry. But yeah, no, I mean, like, for Endless Dungeon, you know, even though it's a very beautiful and well-made game, you know, it's still a relatively niche situation.
My choice.
Oh my gosh, run, Shroom, run! No, Shroom! It's fine, I got you back. Oh my gosh. We need an EMP right here.
Revolution.
And then an EMP right here. Okay. Ooh, amplifier level 2. That could be nice.
Anything
We'll go with that.
anti-exploitation.
You stay there.
For the cause.
I'd like to level up my... Oh, that's a big boy. That's a big boy. Oh, heavens. Hold up, hold up. Hold. Everybody's fine, everybody's fine. There we go. Nice, 2 level 2s. Ooh, Tesla ball. You know, we need some more science now. That's kind of a bummer. Oh, we got a chest as well.
Anything I can use or adapt.
But yeah, it's a pretty, you know, it's a pretty niche type game, you know. And Dungeon of the Endless was also a pretty small game. Obviously very loved by the community and very successful, but in general, you know, I think a tower defense roguelike or roguelite game like this is you know, a bit of a niche game, and I think that that's okay. You know, we don't need to go for super mass appeal for everything. Oh no, is it another one of those light guardians? Oh, I couldn't. Oh, it's a missile thing. Nice. Alrighty, well, double EMP blast is the best defense we have, I think. And I guess we get the crystal to come over here. Wow, we only had 1 generator this whole floor. All right, let's see if we can't level these up. Oh, also, we should have 1 turret over here, just in case things get crazy. 1 turret right here, just in case things get crazy. Yoink! Things are working out. Nope. Oh, hold up. Oh, I thought there was something coming after the crystal. I panicked. Excellent. Excellent. We got 13 science. We need 20. Okay. 20 science is what we're looking for. Oh, it's a dark room. I'm gonna power it up. I think it's good to power it up. We need more stuff. We need more science. La ciencia. Oh, it's bugs. Oh, it's bugs. Okay, well, I wasn't sure what we were gonna run into as well, but it's bugs. 20% fire rate to this hero if the hero has less than 50% max health. Well, that doesn't sound good. Movement speed's fun. Fire rate to the comrade turret. Now, see, that's something I can get behind. 40% max health, wit per monster, healing efficiency. I think healing efficiency might be better. Grab that. So now if you want to heal yourself.
Time to storm the barricades.
Feels a lot better, I guess. Alrighty, let's see here. I guess food. Let's get one generator of all the types. Okie dokie. Oh, we got a wave. Just kidding. Okay, how do we defend against this bugs? Against these bugs? I think what we do here is we make an EMP blast, a straight shooter, and then maybe a shield? I'm not exactly sure how we got to do this here. Okay, no. See, no. Come this way. Come this way. Oh my gosh. You get off that. I'm stuck. Okay. Alrighty, we survived. Maybe we put the other turret over here. Okay. Whew, I feel like we just had like a really engaging conversation, and I'm just kind of like thinking about all the things. Oh hi. I'm just thinking about all the things that we talked about now. Like, I'm really in the zone. I'm over here thinking about all the content that people are going to be making about the game. Double EMPs. Okay, there we go. I think we open up these doors because we have defense over here. Ah, big room. Nice. We got a chest at the far side. I'm curious what type of... Oh, the grenadier. Hold up.
Onward, forward.
Bring Shroom over here. I'm curious what kind of content you all are interested in seeing around Endless Dungeon. Like what is... Oh, you can run underneath the ship. I didn't even know that. I like things. Well, that's good.
Let's go serve the cause.
So you can go under the ship. Interesting. I wonder if there's secret things underneath the ship. All right, let's leave you here then. Since you have fire damage. Looking forward most to probably the new characters and floors myself. Okay, cool. So seeing all the new things.
More wealth for the cause.
I like it. See, I want to, as a company, create more content ourselves about like Endless Dungeon, and I think that as you know, as a company, we have an interesting opportunity to oh, we got a big thing coming. Rolling Queen on the loose. Oh, we got stuff. We got stuff. How, what? Where are you coming from? Okay, we just need to stand here. Where are they coming from? Huh? They must have come from below. Yes, dang it. Level those up. Maybe we need another turret here? Or maybe they aren't getting baited. Maybe we need another EMP there. Actually, let me look at the map. I don't know what I've pressed. Oh, there we go. Make that go away. I don't know what that is. And we have a couple more doors, so wouldn't that be hilarious if I needed hacks? If I needed hacks. I think if I had hacks, I'd be doing better. Yeah, I guess we could replace this for anything. An amplifier might be better than having it. I don't know. So we'll keep the EMP blast, see if they walk through it. What I want is the Tesla ball or a fire thing. Maybe we should look for a fire turret. Let's get the phosphor flame. I'm just gonna go stand here and pray. I was gonna say pray that nothing gets through. Apparently my prayers are not being answered. Yeah, we have some Rexy boys. They're just tankier than what I would like to have. Also, we have some Healy guys. Oh, we have a lot of stuff making it through. No, 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 no.
Minions of the man on the crystal.
Where is this happening?
The generator is being oppressed.
I don't think we're gonna make it there in time before it dies.
The generator is being oppressed.
Don't oppress my generator! Oh my heavens! How many bugs got through? Hold up, is there a rolling queen somewhere? What in the world? These acid things can outrange the EMP turrets. That's really bad. But at least we have Teslas now. Oh no, we have a phosphor flame. I don't know what this is. Tells you what graphics card we have, memory, max texture resolution, instant smooth limit, VSync debug mode disabled. I think the debug mode is probably to do dev tools and stuff like that. Freeze visibility, assets. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure what is going on over there. Hey, Mr. Coco, welcome in, welcome in. So the bugs just literally YOLO'd around the corner. That's really unfortunate. Okay, how do we do this? I think we replace this with this and this with this. And then we just keep on opening stuff. Not much else we can do here. Another little room. I think we just get out. Oh, just kidding. There's a lot more doors. Okay, you're annoying. Doing a wonderful job, Crystal. Wonderful job, really.
There, comrade.
I think we'll keep a hold of that. Okay,
Onward.
Shroom Mac over here. I'm not sure how. Oh, hello. I think we'll open that up now that we're halfway done, I guess. It's a bit sketchy. Little bit sketchy here. Is it a rolling queen? Just a rolling queen coming in, no worries. We did it. We did it. Just trying to farm me some resources before we move on to the next floor. One floor down, one floor to go. I really don't know how the game's gonna play when we have 4 floors. I feel like it's gonna play very differently when it's like, ah, yes, I have 3 more floors. Still haven't died yet. That's nice. That's unexpected. Okay, if we're all good, where to next? To Procedural Factory. Thanks, Miss Night Knowledge. I was gonna say Mr. Knowledge. Mr. Knowledge. You gotta change your name now. I've now dubbed you Mr. Knowledge. Alrighty, y'all. Let's make like a baby and head out. I'm not sure if we're gonna find bots or who first, but ooh, dust, nice.
You say dust, I say power.
I say power. So no generator in this room. I'm gonna try my theory of trying all the starting rooms and see if we can't find a generator. Generator? Come on, generator. No, but we did get a little sciencey dealio. Interesting. Oh, we got our first. Oh, it's blobs. It's blobs. Big hump with knobs. It's got the juice. Some blobby juice. Well, this is really bad. Because we do not have a science anything. And we have no acid. So, how do we survive this? I don't know. Pray that we find a research station here really quick. Nope. Nope, but more science. More science that I'll definitely be using to research acid turrets. I think what we could do is we could do... Wait, hold up. What are they resistant to? That's what I need to know. You're resistant to electric, right? Dang it. So if they're resistant to electric, then what we need to do is use fire, I guess. Neutral damage. 6 or 6. I feel like the phosphor flame's just better. This is a terrible idea, but this is the plan currently. How to survive? Chat, do you think we shall survive with 3 phosphor flames? All of the industry I have. I really like this amplifier level 2. This is so cool. All right, power up these turrets. I mean, is it working? Kind of. 1. Body by gravy. See, but we got the one on the side to shoot them as they walk past. 10? All right, we got one that's level 2. I actually think this is working out kind of nice. Phosphor turrets are really strong.
Send your minions, exploited skull.
All right, well, good to know. I'm gonna try and go this way, I think. All right, chat, where is the industry or the generator? I think it's here. Generator, 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 generator. Nope. Oh, we're almost done with the stream. Hold up. Exclamation mark OD3. Is that what you're trying to do, buddy? Oh, death darts.
Good as new.
Good as new. Oh, I forgot I have this flippin' rocket launcher. Slightly reconditioned. Alrighty, I'm going back this way. Here, just in case this is what you were trying to type in, I'll type it in for you, body. Oh, hi. Well, this is interesting. What is that? Adds 1 elemental affinity to this hero when using a weapon dealing electrical damage. Well, that's not helpful. Okay. Well, we gotta do phosphor, amplifier.
For the movement.
Alright, we're gonna see how this goes. Shroom, you got this over here. I'm gonna defend this side. All right, this will be the last wave, and then we'll save and captions. What are you talking about? I don't know what the captions are on about. Oh yeah, do your damage. Yo, is it? Did it get it stuck? That was cute. That was amazing. Did I just figure out that the only turret that you need is the phosphor flame? Yo, talk about YouTube video name. That's a YouTube video title right there. Name it why the phosphor flame is the only turret that you actually need. Get the designers to nerf it to hell. Oh, there's a hero upgrade thing in there. Boo. Boo. I think we gotta do some more phosphor flames. Oh, we have no more industry, lol. Lol. It's like I don't have any generators. And now we have the door unlocked, which is nice, I guess. Oh right, I said I was gonna. Oh, I can't teleport. I said I was gonna end. Open dev is over in 5 days. Yes. You're doing fantastic, Shroom. Still waiting for my girlfriend to play the tutorial. No, Kush. Tell her no more kisses until she plays the tutorial. Those are the stakes. Okay, I gotta stop playing. I gotta stop playing. I'll keep on playing if I don't just like stop myself right now. I know myself. Save and return to main menu. We will save. Yeah, no, that's you gotta put down, you know, boundaries. You gotta lay down the line. No, I'm just kidding. Definitely don't do that, and don't tell her that I told you to do that. I think that it's very important to have healthy boundaries in relationships, and I also think that it's very important to not use intimacy as a weapon. But that is neither here nor there. That is a topic for another time. maybe not on a work stream. How about that? Come over to Jordan Merrill, den of hot topics and good conversation. Anyways, you guys are awesome. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for supporting us. Thank you for playing the open dev. Thank you for giving us your feedback. Thank you for pre-ordering the game, helping us pay for the production. Like we've said before, you know, Endless Dungeon is a very small team compared to our other projects that we're working on right now. So I really hope that you know, you like the game. I hope that y'all continue to play it. And what else can I say? You're cute. Y'all are cute. And I love you. That's the last thing I have to say to you. Thank you so much for making these streams an awesome part of my day, and for being an awesome community. Honestly, it's a pleasure to say that I work with you, and yeah, I'll miss you all. Until next time, which will be tomorrow. That's the next time. So yeah, Dark Haired, we got anybody to raid? Anybody playing Endless Dungeon? You know, I don't want to say it, but if you want to get rated, we were just talking about content creators, and if you want to get rated like by somebody that's streaming, like, we have our schedule, it's fully public, and if you were to, let's say, I don't know, stream 30 minutes before we end and be live by the time that we're ending the stream, you know, and playing one of our games, it's very likely that we would rate you. Just saying, if you wanted to have us rate you, you know, we could do that. Anyways, thank you all. You are beautiful people, and we'll catch you tomorrow for some Humankind. This will be our last. No. Dark Arrow. No. Dark Arrow. Keep me sane here. Tomorrow we have if you speak Spanish, we have a stream that might be interesting for you. We're going to be playing with a couple of Spanish creators, content creators on stream tomorrow, and then also on Monday we're going to kind of do a little stream, but more details to follow on the specifics for that, but those will be in Spanish. So yeah, tell your Spanish friends about it. But yeah, other than that, we'll be back tomorrow, Humankind, 6 p.m. the regular time. We'll be continuing on with the scenario. We'll have Stephanie here, our community manager, and yeah, we're gonna have a great time. So thank you very much for being here. Take care and have a fantastic rest of your day.